So the Martin Luther King Monument, so it came out right, and that's one angle. Now I didn't pull up. I'm wrong. I should have pulled up the angle where it makes sense. You walk around it a little bit, it makes sense. But there are all kind of pictures of this thing.
I mean, they flipped this 5 different ways, man.
Yeah. So I was like, so what do you guys think about it, man? Do you
Man,
think?
I get it. It's art, but I shouldn't have to get like
You
my
shouldn't have to
first
get.
I shouldn't have to get my first reaction be what the hell is that?
Yeah.
I thought it was some like without I should be able to look at it, or I should say, look from this angle. This is what man, they it took on a life of its own. Like
Yeah. I know. I feel like it's Martin Luther King. It's somebody important. I think it should be definitive what you got going on. If you got to walk around at a certain angle for it to make sense to me, I'm like, I just don't think it's a good monument. And I think that it's okay to say that it's not that great. If you can get all these memes like that from it, I don't know. It was not my favorite monument of Martin Luther King, and Coretta, but you know, God bless the sculptor. Hopefully he
So
got paid. Okay,
I
you
mean,
know.
let me be frank. They could have done better, man. It should have had more context to it when they come to this, this monument. I understand it. What if you got to see the picture beforehand before you look at the monument. Uh,
Yeah,
and once you look at the picture, it kind of gives you more context of what that actually means. But for me, if I look at it now, you put the baby boy picture up there of Melvin handling Tyrese.
and
Uh,
it looks like that's what it is.
that's really what it looked like. It look like a real naked choke, man. That's what it
Oh,
looked
and
like.
shout out to the movie Baby Boy. It's an American classic. So
Yeah, I
so
mean, it really
screw it.
is.
Hey, so we got
But
a double monument. We got a Martin Luther King monument, a Baby Boy monument, and
so
then there's some other ones down. They got it looking like it's you
yeah,
know
they got some weird shit there. But I'm gonna spin it
yeah,
like to
some
the
weird
baby
stuff
boy
on.
concept. In that baby boy in that moment, Melvin showed Tyrese what a man is. So, an aspect, if you look at it, a lot of times showing the difference between a boy and a man.
Yeah, they need
And
to put
so,
that
I mean,
monument in the hood. Then they need to put it in
he
the
could
hood.
have killed him.
yeah,
The young boys can
so,
see. Damn it, cut
so
that shit out.
Knox, this really deals with what you do as a teacher, as an educator. The difference between a boy and a man.
Hmm.
Everybody says they're a man until you meet a man.
Yeah,
A man does things. See, this is where I have a problem with when they say, my man done this, my man done this, my man. A lot of times your man didn't do. You were dealing with a boy. You were
yeah.
dealing with he was of age, but you were dealing with a dude with a boy mentality.
It's a big difference, bro. It's a big difference.
Big difference. Big difference. So
So man, so that one, I'm gonna segue that right. So then there was another debate on the page, and I want to show this one because I think it's important, man. It was so there's a HBCU professor. I forget which college. You know what college it was, Willis? I forgot the college
This is
now.
my first time seeing this.
So it's HBCU professor, and so there was a big uproar because he had a dress code for his class that banned hoodies, twerk shorts. I think I read further. It was you gotta have your pants up and all and stuff like that. And it's an uproar. It's like people were heated and pissed off. Okay, people were
but
heated. Oh, what's
but
up,
why?
KJ? So he said going back, he was more than a man at the moment.
What's up, KJ?
He was a demon.
So
You know what, bro? I thought he was talking about Martin Luther King. I was like, bro, what the hell is KJ on? You talking about Melvin? Okay. I thought you was talking about MLK. I was like, bro, what is he
I'm reading
doing?
it to him like, bro,
I
really?
was like, see, I gotta show these comments quicker because I thought he was talking about MLK. I was like, okay, yeah, that was a moment, bro. Hey, but shout out to my man KJ, Erica in the house, my homies. All right. But yeah, man, it's but people were pissed off because they were like, how dare him make them do this in class? They got freedom. He don't buy their clothes. I'll let you guys give your thoughts, and I'll say mine for after. So what you guys think?
What was the rationale?
Let you go first, Will.
I mean, this is beyond. I mean, I think maybe it's a generational thing. Do they not like standards? Like, standards mean something, but I need some more context as to why he did it. I don't know. Maybe it was a
So
reason.
so the context was so I think so he was saying that it's a it's a institution of higher learning, and there's a time and place, right? So so his class was a place more of business like, so coming in and like bonnets and little booty shorts and just coming any kind of way was not appropriate.
So he's trying to set a standard.
Yeah, he's setting a standard for for.
Then I personally don't have a problem with it in the sense that I understand standards and standards mean something. But I at the same time I got to play both sides of it in the sense that is it that because I'm not understanding the full context without being from the outside looking in. If it's not stopping the kid from learning, like what's more important, setting that standard or that kid getting the information out of that class? But I understand it with him setting this, the professor, he or she setting that standard.
Right.
But without the context, I want to know in that professor's mind what's more important to them, setting that standard or him delving out this information that he's been paid to do to these students. And it's kind of like what's like putting the HBCU spin on it, because I remember back in the, I don't know if it's like that now, like at Hampton University. I remember the business school, they couldn't have dreadlocks if they were in the business school, little stuff like that. Going around Hampton, you couldn't wear tank tops without a shirt under it. Go back further. Women couldn't wear skirts a certain length, and you can't wear do-rags going around campus. So I understand standards to an extent. No, I understand standards fully, but I just want I'm gonna have to. I want to research this and come back to you on that, so I can understand what the point of that was.
Okay, Baylor, what's your initial thought on that?
I did do a little research on it, man. I see where he was coming from.
Okay.
So in his perspective, he's coming from a job, and he's coming from a position where he's trying to prep these young individuals for stepping into their next work environment. Now, having a bonnet on in a corporate environment is frowned upon. Quite frankly, it's not allowed. Twerk shorts is not allowed, and I work in corporate America.
Mm-hmm.
We are diverse. We are we are limited quantity in corporate America. I'm about to be a senior director in a corporate 100 company. I will tell you, when I have meetings, when I have one-on-ones, I'm in a suit. And I make sure my beard is trimmed up in a way where it's not intimidating. And it's not just me being black. Now I know the same white guys with the same beard that I have will make sure their beard is trying to trim up in the right way. We make sure we dress a certain way. Not that we demeaning ourselves, but it's a business. Understand that bottom line is the dollar.
Right. Yeah, and that's why I was my thoughts on it was the same thing, coming from education and seeing how the direction kids are going. We have a lot of kids who have no clue about the real world and decorum and time and place. So I think that's a lesson for people to learn. Anything worth doing in business or being successful, most likely, not always, you're gonna require some decorum. Okay, you're gonna have to dress a certain way. You're gonna have to have yourself together. And I think that's something as a people, as Black people, we should have that where we want it to look good. We want it to come up, You didn't want to be
be sharp.
raggedy. Yeah, you want to be sharp. You wanted to be somebody. Now it's like, everybody wants
You
to.
ain't my daddy. How you gonna tell me how to dress?
Right,
But
right, and so I think this is part of a village because a lot of kids haven't learned that they village is broke. So I think they're trying to correct something that may have been broken before the kids got there. I think it's a good thing. I think dressing up for one class, I don't think it's going to kill anything. I don't think it's another thing that bothered me is they said it was anti-black for him to have these standards. That's so insulting to me. How is having a standard, of dressing appropriately or a certain way, business casual? How is that anti-black? That's so insulting. That I don't understand that. Don't agree with it, but I think it's not a bad thing for young people that age to start thinking about because the next step for them is the professional world.
Hopefully.
Hopefully, unless they got a mean album coming out or they getting drafted, and even in that capacity, that doesn't last long. You gotta have some decorum in business at some point then too. So so I'm with the professor on this one. Sorry, kids.
Let me revamp my answer real quick, and now that I understand it, because like I said, that was my first time hearing and seeing any of that. So I totally agree with you then. And then to give a little bit of story with it, in my new job, I don't have to. Like I'm not a senior director of nothing, but in my mind, I said when I started this job, every day it was gonna be every day, but Monday through Thursday, full suit, and I dress down a little on Fridays, and that's because, and it happens. It happens. I didn't want anybody when they just see me. They don't know who I am. They don't know my name. They
Right.
just see me. They just look like, but damn, he got to be in charge of something.
Yeah, you
so
gotta have.
But I want to talk to you. I want to build a relationship with you before you even have a chance to judge me.
Yeah,
But you just when I walk in and you see me, you like, I don't know what he do, but he got a suit on. So let me just guess he's important.
so
right.
I'm
And,
about to go. I'm about to go on a 3 minute diatribe of what we just talked about. When I first started my job, I walked into my job with a J. Anthony Brown suit. It was one of them baggy old pastor suits. Uh, man, and
had a few of those.
I had an old E7 type man. His name Willie Pruitt. That's my guy. He walked up to me and he said, "Man, I need to take you to get you squared away." No, baggy suits went in. This was 2014. Baggy suits that went away, but that's what I knew. He went and got me to the business casual slim fit suit. And I learned how to dress. My wife really got me squared away. Uh, and I learned how to dress. You know, I learned. I mean, I'm
Shout out to wives.
I'm prior military, so my vocabulary is blunt. It's vulgar. What I say to my normal military peer may not be conducive to my corporate career. So I had to learn to address my vocabulary, not to demean me, because no, it's to further what I want to be. See, everybody is stuck on I'm not gonna sell my soul out. You never selling your soul out. You better than the person you are, so you can be able to interact between multiple levels of personnel. I
Hmm.
interact between billionaires and fucking hundredaires. But my
Right.
vocabulary can dictate what level of personnel I'm dealing with without disrespecting them. The problem we have is the people that I'm the main man. I'm hey, bro. I ain't said not to nobody. Though I am who I am. But it's being who you are gonna get to where you need to be.
Yeah.
That's the problem. That's what the kids see the microwave version of what they want to be. They see the Wiz Khalifa, they see the Kodak Blacks, they see the whatever these young guys are, and they give you the microwave version of what they want to be. The problem is there's a process behind it. And therein lies the process. Therein lies the problem. The process is not properly defined to these young men and women. I honestly think women like my daughter, who is she's a music major at Tennessee State, which is a HBCU. She has more game than my sons do.
Yeah.
So
So so hold that thought right there. So speaking of this, all right, HBCUs and standards, right? So we want a high standard. All right,
Ed
so
Reed,
I'm segue this. So we had the whole Deion Sanders debacle, right? That everybody was going crazy about. Now we got Ed Reed, right? Ed Reed,
ooh, did
he's
he
got
go
he's been
with?
hired as the head coach of Bethune-Cookman. All right. So Ed Reed's
What
been in the NFL. He's been to University of Miami, and he gets to Bethune-Cookman, and from his standards he's seen, the standards are terrible, right? So I'm going to show you what Ed Reed had to say about it. Part of it here.
Mutton and showing shit. I chose not to, but now I'm out here walking with the football team, picking up trash. But I'm mutting us. Man, get out of here, man. I should leave. I'm not even under contract doing this. I'm mutting us? Man, get out of here, man. They mutt me. These motherfuckers ain't even clean my goddamn office when I got here. I'm mutting y'all? Get your ass, man. Come on, man. Come on, man. All this shit here was trash in front of me. Who you think got this shit cleared out? That building right there got trash in it. It's fucking trash. What are you talking about? You need no goddamn donors to come out and help out, because people just want money. That's why I don't fuck with social network. Fuck out of here, man.
Okay, so context of
yeah, I
that.
saw that.
Yeah. So context of so he gets there and the facilities are terrible. There's trash everywhere. He's the head coach of a D1 college, and his office is just terrible. And he's like, bro, what's going on? These standards are low. These standards are terrible. He's like, I should leave. He said he's not, but then he said he should. Um, so I don't know, man. The HBCU standards, man. Like Willis. So in some ways, a lot of ways, there's some problems that people tend to sweep under the rug when it comes to our HBCUs. I ain't gonna lie.
I tell you, coming out of high school, so I graduated high school in '01. So I went to Dudley. But I was at Dudley before Dudley like was
Yeah,
D boys.
yeah.
Like my 3 years on varsity, we won 8 games, and
Yeah.
Dudley don't roll like that no more.
Right.
So, but I say that to say, my senior year, I remember we got brand new black jerseys. That was the thing. That's when black jersey was the thing. So I get to Elizabeth City, we had one set of jerseys that we wore.
Yeah.
They were white, and we had to practice. And some of us had to practice in the same pants, our game pants.
Yeah.
But I was like, but daggone, okay, it's different. But the HBCU culture that I already knew, I wasn't prepared for that. But it's like, my thing is, when you're born and raised in the HBCU culture, you understand certain things. I'm not condoning it. I wish we had facilities and stuff like at Oregon, Carolina, Ohio State, at Elizabeth City. You're daggone right. But you also got to be realistic too. And him being the head coach, you knew what you was getting yourself into before you accepted that job.
Right.
That's one. That's number one. Number two, that was a horrible look on his personal part.
Right.
To
How you gonna recruit?
They're gonna be like, man, I ain't going there.
How you gonna recruit? The
I ain't
coach
gonna.
shouldn't be there. He definitely. I feel that. That's why, as a coach, I saw that. I was like, damn. I mean, what you saying might be true. Probably is true. Because it's one thing not have facilities and equipment, but it's a whole nother thing for you to have trash everywhere. You can clean now. You ain't gotta have a lot of money to have somebody clean something. But for him to, like, the way he came at it, as the head coach, now he's talking like he's at a barbershop somewhere. You the head coach, you represent the organization, part of the school. How you gonna recruit? He kind of shot himself in the foot there, I believe. But
It's
I don't know.
family business. You don't let everybody in your family business.
Yeah.
I don't want to. I don't want to mention who said that. I don't want to mess up your channel, but you know who said that line.
Yeah.
So, hey man, look, I seen the whole rant with Ed Reed. People like say he shine a light on HBCUs, which is cool. I mean, I'm Tennessee State. I went there. My daughter's there right now. The problem with TSU with HBCUs is not at the athletic or not at the academic level. It's institutional wide.
Mm-hmm.
Underfunded, and then when they get funding, they don't handle the funds right.
Mismanagement.
It's management.
It's management. It's management at its highest level.
Yep.
And then you heard of the phrase "crabs in the barrel." When they do get the money, it's like throwing fresh food to crabs in the barrel. Everybody's fighting over scrappings. TSU, I played in the hole. It was a damn cesspool when I played there. The same blades of grass on TSU field when I was there is still there now. Real talk. They ain't done shit to it. Now, where Ed Reed is at, he's not shining a light on anything that we don't know. He just made it look worse than what it is.
Yeah, he made it harder for himself, man.
He made it real hard for us. Now, where he could have, but based off his name, where he could have got maybe 1 5-star. What 5-star do you know will step into that university right now?
Yeah.
He at best he's gonna get a bunch of 3 stars.
Man,
That's at best.
He ain't getting no stars.
No. And
Yeah.
I know he wants to make his facilities better. I got it. But man, did he fuck himself. And that's
It was definitely a bad look.
Let me pull it back down. I ain't gonna that language was unacceptable. He screwed himself royally.
Yeah.
Now Prime Time was a little more tactful in his approach. He didn't use that particular language, but he said the same message.
Wait, well, that's the thing about Dion. Dion is a salesman, bro. Like Dion knew, hey, I gotta get in here and get people in. He didn't come in and trash the university. I'm sure they probably didn't clean his stuff either. He was cutting grass. Well, at least he waited till after he was there. They had some success to talk about some of those things, and it wasn't as and then plus the professionalism as a head coach, he's cussing and just wild. He just wilding out. He just wilding out.
I mean, you're a Florida boy. Like,
yeah, but that's the thing.
I mean, Dion is too, bro.
Dion's a Florida boy, but Dion know how to. He got the gift of gab. He know how to get people to do what he needs to do. And Reed, he made himself look like a rookie, man, like a novice. And so the comment here, like, what experience he had with HBCUs? None. See, he's from the NFL. He's from Miami. So he's used to luxury. So he's definitely, he don't know. And clearly he came in like, what the hell is this? I'm used to everything being done, everything being perfect. And so I don't know. It's not looking good for Ed Reed. I'm hoping he good luck to you.
Is he still the coach, or did he resign? Let him go? Like, what happened?
He did resign. He retracted his statement.
I do see that he did have the apology here. He said, due to my social media and comments about the university staff and other institutions, I would like to sincerely apologize to all BCU staff, students, and alumni for my lack of professionalism. My language and tone were unacceptable. As a father, coach, and leader, my passion for the culture betterment and bring our foundation up got the best of me, and I fell victim while engaging with my antagonists on social media as well. I'm fully aware of the hardworking folks at our school who are fighting hard to make things better, more financially sound. I am encouraging I'm encouraged from my communication with my AD, who probably said, "What the hell?" And our administration. Understand it's a work in progress. My passion is about getting and doing better, and that goes for me too. Now, a couple of things that I saw, the whole him being a head coach. I don't know a head coach that engages haters on social media like that live. Like he's doing stuff that coaches just don't do. Even me at a lower level, we don't engage stuff like that. That's kind of crazy. I don't know. So I don't know, Ed Reed. Good luck to you, brother. I don't think you're gonna win a lot of games because you're gonna have no players, but good luck to you. All right.
But here's the deal. HBCU love is what's going to keep him his job because if he was the coach at Duke and he did the exact same thing he just did, he's gone the next day.
And that's what I mean by like standards. Like the standards gotta be higher, man. The standards got like you can't come in and do that and keep a job. He's gonna be able to keep a job, not getting recruits. They're gonna lose. They're not gonna get as much revenue. It's gonna hurt everybody because we just, we HBCU love. I don't know, man. The standards gotta be higher. He's gotta do better than that, man. I don't know, but we'll see. All right. So
I mean, just to cap that one off. They can't. I mean, they can't afford for him to quit.
Yeah.
He's the biggest. He's the big. No, I'm an Eddie. Tennessee Titans. I'm an Eddie George fan. But Ed Reed is a far bigger, name than Eddie George.
I think he's a bigger name, but what has he coached before?
He hasn't coached nothing, but that name alone is gonna somebody's daddy. They watch Ed Reed be like, "Yo, son, you want to win? You want to know what the game is like, the next level? Go see Ed Reed."
Yeah, I don't know because when you got a kid who can play, I don't see going to a place, even if it's Ed Reed, where the coach says,
"Well,
damn, I should quit. This place sucks." I don't know, but maybe I'm sure there's somebody who a fan up and do the, but like a big time recruit, I don't know about that. I don't know.
Let me back that up. Had he been at FAMU, he could say that.
Yeah.
Had he been at Grambling, he could say that. Been at Bethel, it's not a Tennessee State, it's not a Grambling, it's not a Jackson State, it's not a FAMU. He had Bethel is like a lower tier HBCU when it comes to football.
Yeah. They used to play Elizabeth City, man.
So real talk, he really, in all honesty, he really should have shot his mouth off.
Yeah, he messed up on that one, man. He messed up on that.
Honestly, I don't know why he even took that position. That they literally a D3 college. Just to be honest.
Yeah.
They're not D1. They I mean, when you mention, Bethel, they shouldn't be mentioned with the, Tennessee State, the Jackson State, the FAMU, the Grambling. So I'm not trying to throw those shade on them. They band don't even battle with these guys.
I mean, it's a smaller HBCU. It's there levels to it. HBCUs are a spectrum. We can't.
So honestly, Ed Reed, he should have been at a higher tier HBCU to shoot that particular message out of his mouth. Yeah.
Well, I don't know. We're gonna see what he does. I'll be watching, see what happens with them, man. So we're gonna go one more little segment, and so I'm just go with some. This is gonna be some foolishness, just because